Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Rob D7 with another Hearthstone video. Today we're going to look at my token Druid. Once again, here it is, same as before. Before we started, I wanted to highlight a few cards, why I have them, what you can use if you don't have those cards or if you don't want to use those cards. Some of the more unusual cards I have in this, as opposed to some other decks, are this Mark of the Wild. I only put one in, but I really like the Mark of the Wild if I get it early. I almost think I should put two in, because if you get a small creature like the Argent Squire, the Loot Horder, something like that, coin into Loot Horder on turn 1, turn 2 play Mark of the Wild, all of a sudden you have a 4-3 with Taunt. That really slows down a rush, and it's difficult to deal with for the opponents. So that's something I really enjoy in there. If you don't like that, you know, you could put another small creature, another spell of some kind, but that's up to you. Again, I do like the Argent Squire and Blood Knight. The Argent Squire is just a good one-cost card. You know, they have to swing at it twice or silence it and hit it. Unless they have an Earth Shock, there's no way to get rid of it with one card. So it's just a really good early game card. I'm always happy to see it on turn 1, so that's why I have that in there. And Blood Knight is just good all around. I mean, it's a 3/3 for 3, so that's pretty even. And then on top of that, the ability to take away Divine Shield and gain 3/3. You can do that with the Argent Squire, or even better. You can do it to their minions. Paladin, this is great against anything like that. So, Leeroy Jenkins, you know, a lot of people put Leeroy in. I kind of just put him in, but I almost might even take him out. I think Leeroy Jenkins is a little overrated. He will win you games, but, you know, there are times where you just don't want to play him, or that he's a waste to play. You know, there are a lot of situations where Leeroy is not good. So I keep him in, hoping that he wins me games, but it doesn't happen as often as you'd think. The legendary that I want in this deck, more than any other, is probably the Ragnaros. If you could only, you know, save up to get one legendary, I would make it Ragnaros. Ragnaros is always good. Always good. You're always happy to see Ragnaros. So, I mean, if the opponent has a lot of minions out, that's not the best. But even still, it's going to eat a lot of hits to take down. You silence it, it's still an 8/8 minion. It's just good all around. And the Black Knight, I mean, destroy an enemy minion with Taunt. It's also a 4/5. It's just a solid card. So, again, I don't like to talk too much about the deck without seeing it play out. So, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit, just in case. Okay. I've made it up to rank 9, made it up a few stars, and then kind of lost a couple, so we will see how this goes. To highlight some of the points from my last video, I want to be clearing the board. Number 1, I want to minimize the amount of creatures that they have on the board. You know, that's all part of the control style of the deck, but the key to that is to not let them build up any momentum. Momentum is huge with the Druid, and you slowly build momentum towards the end game. When I can play the Ragnaros. The Ancients of Lore allow you to get cards late game, which is vital. See, now on this, I don't like to keep anything below or above 4. I'm going to keep the Golem just in case. Going first also kind of hurts me. Not the best opening. The Bloodmage Thalnos is a lot better when you can play it and then cast a spell right away, because it's hard to keep it alive. Yeah, not a friendly hand. And of course it's a hunter. Yeah, job's done. There you go. Of course it's a hunter and he's got the coin. It's a very dangerous situation. He got his tracking as well. So this is not a good position to be in overall. I'm just gonna play it, if only for the death rattle. Comes the coin. Animal companion? Yeah. Okay. Interesting choice. The swipe is going to come in handy. I want to hit him, but I also really want to have a creature on the board. Him having that beast, you know, it's not the best, but... Because next turn I could use this, but I'm just going to throw out the minion.
Job's done.
I have a feeling he's going to try to hit me anyway. So, either way, it should be dead by next turn. Next turn is probably going to be Keeper of the Grove to remove a minion that he plays or to silence it. Or if he plays a couple of smaller minions, swipe is definitely an option. Maybe I get lucky and pull an Argent Squire, then I can Argent Squire Bloodmage, something like that. Okay, he doesn't have any minions to play, I don't think. Unless he has a 1-cost charge or something. Interesting. Okay. He does what I would have done. He would have been smarter to deal the 4 damage to me, because he knows I'm going to want to get rid of it. So he knows I would have made that trade. But he did it for me, and I get saved the 4 damage. So, because I pulled the Violet Teacher, and I don't have anything... I don't have anything for the Keeper of the Grove, so I don't want to use it. You know, last resort, use this to deal 2 damage to the other... to the enemy hero, but it's last resort. I'd rather play the Blood Knight without Divine Shield than do that. Having the Force of Nature is nice. By turn 6, if he plays a lot of minions, I have that for removal. If I get the Savage Roar, then I'm looking pretty good. Oh, he had to waste his Unleash the Hounds. What do you... I don't know what this guy's doing. That was terrible. That was a terrible idea. I don't know what this guy is doing. That was absolutely terrible. So it's all... I mean, I guess I'll just hit it. Yeah, okay. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that, buddy. Yeah, he knows. I don't know. Maybe it was a misclick or something. I just played the Blood Knight because I like to have another creature on the board. I don't foresee a Divine Shield coming out anytime soon. It was the easiest way to remove his other Hound. Keeper of the Grove would have been overkill, and then I would have only had 1. Ah, see, and he has to waste that. Oh, and there's the Savage Roar. Ooh, boy. Okay. I think I just Keeper of the Grove.
I must safeguard the land.
Instruction begins.
Lord Thamar. For the wild. Job done.
That allows me to keep all my minions alive and keep the pressure on. That is very important. You can see how the momentum is slowly built. I don't think he's gotten the best choices, and he hasn't helped himself or herself. Because of course, if anybody's played this game, you know you do this, and then now comes the Unleash the Hounds. No, it doesn't. Is this really what he's doing? I don't know what this guy's doing.
That didn't quite hit the mark.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for you anymore. I'm sorry.
I'm ready to learn.
I'm sorry, Overlord. I don't feel sorry for you anymore. You brought this on yourself.
Nature's wrath.
You have brought this on yourself, Overlord. Oh, nobody to blame but yourself. Now you gonna unleash the hounds? You're gonna get a lot of cards, but I don't think it's gonna save you. You're gonna have a lot of... You're gonna die with a full hand, Overlord. Interesting choice. Well, we'll see if he's able to buy another turn. I'm not doing the math fast enough. Ah, there's no way. There's no way. What all the talk I just had about Leeroy. There's a lot of ways to win this, though. This is 6 damage, plus that would end it. The Wrath, I'll just do Leeroy. Yay! All right. So that went well, and I think it illustrated a lot of the points that I've been trying to make. You know, keep the minions of theirs off the board. Keep your minions on the board. Make whatever trades you have to do to keep as many of your minions on the board as possible. Momentum equals having more minions than the other person. And not only that, but having minions and your opponent having no minions. That is the ideal situation you want to be in at the end of every turn that you play. You want to make the opponent constantly have to be playing catch-up to you, while you are just waiting to play your actual creatures. The ones that you really want to get out, the Ancients of Lore, you know, all that stuff. The Ragnaros, anything like that. And the key is when you're going to play your best, you're going to feel like you have an answer for everything. And that's the perfect control deck, right? And that's the reason I play Druid. So, with that in mind, we're going to try to go into the next match. I want to thank everybody for watching. Had some nice comments on the last video. I'm going to try to keep these going. If there's any decks out there you would like to see, just please let me know. Please let me know in the comments. Ooh, there's that combo I was talking about. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. So.
The light protects me.
Oh. I wish I had a, oh boy. There's going to be a lot of Argent Squires. A lot of Argent Squires going on.
Me.
But yeah, if there's any decks you want to see me try out or play, I've played a lot of them. This is the one I like the best. It's the one I started out with. But I absolutely want to look into more classes. I want to stay away from the rush, you know, classes that you see all the time. You know, it's not hard to figure out how to play Hunter and rush your opponent. I want to maybe some more interesting decks. If you guys have any ideas about that, please, please, please don't hesitate to let me know about that. So with that in mind, I'm going to play this Argent Squire. Then I'm going to coin into Mark of the Wild. I'm going to turn to 3/3 with Divine Shield. Is pretty nice. Maybe I should have played it on that and killed that. That probably would have been smart. But
I fight.
I am not the smartest man in the world. Trying to talk. Interesting. Alright. That, I guess.
I fight.
Kill that off. Okay. Kind of a squandered opportunity by not killing that fairy dragon. I'm really regretting that now. Because the only things I have that I'd like to use. Okay, what do I get? What do I get? Not what I want yet. One of those times you're not happy to see Ragnaros. Ah, brother. I guess I'm going to use this. Just going to try to get rid of minions, and then, yeah, I'll take that out.
For the wild.
Not ideal. Not ideal. I do not run an ooze. I've never felt the need. At times like this, you know, even if I had it, you know, it wouldn't have saved. It would have saved me, what, extra 2 damage. You know.
The light protects me.
I could swipe this. This is a dangerous card if not taken care of very early. So I could swipe it. I could silence it.
What to do?
I think I silence it because it allows me to have a minion on the board.
I must safeguard the land.
And that's more important to me than killing it. I have to try to get that momentum back. And wasting a swipe on killing one creature and removing a Divine Shield, it's just not worth it. Now he's starting to burn through his deck, or his hand anyway. Okay, now might be a better time to swipe.
For the wild. Feel nature's wrath.
I know I could have taken this out. And maybe I should have. The Arcanite Reaper. Oh boy. Not what I was expecting. Ooh. Well, then that happens. And when that happens, there's not really much you can do. But say I wish I had an ooze, right? Every time I'm gonna say, I'm gonna make a definitive statement, I'm gonna be proven wrong immediately thereafter. I should just concede here. I really don't think there's any way out of this.
Well played. I concede. Sorry that happened.
Well, 1 and 1. I'd like to try one more round before ending this video. Warrior you don't actually see a lot, or at least I haven't. And when I have, I really haven't had much trouble. That was an interesting deck. And I couldn't get the momentum. I couldn't get it. You know, maybe that Fairy Dragon situation actually screwed me over. It's possible.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
Okay. I'm gonna put these two back. Okay. See, I would normally play the Argent Squire right away into Blood Knight on turn 2. Ooh. I guess I could play 1.
The light protects me.
Maybe he doesn't hit it. No, he's definitely. Huh? Interesting. Okay.
I fight.
And then next turn I'll have a 6/6 Blood Knight on the board, which will be nice. He will then be able to polymorph it, which, knowing my luck, will probably happen. Ooh, Mark of the Wild even. Okay, so
The light protects me.
second Argent Squire, coin into Blood Knight.
Glory to the Sindora!
Glory to the Sindori. Polymorph. Turn him into a sheep. You cannot. Ooh, I do not like that. I do not like that.
For the wild.
I do not like that. Gotta wait. I don't want to lose my 8/8 Blood Knight. Are you crazy? Oh, I dislike you twice as much now. I dislike you twice as much.
For the wild.
Hey, if he doesn't have an answer for it, I still have an 8/8 taunt. He's not able to do anything about it. One of them could be one of those end of game ones, definitely. Oh, you. Yes, indeed. Okay. Okay, there's one of those. Wow. I'm not gonna swing at him. Am I missing the mage secret? But I'm pretty sure there's a vaporize that could kill this. Or return it to my hand. Either one of those I don't want to have happen.
Someday I'll be just like you.
I mean, I'm just waiting for him to pull a polymorph. It's kind of stupid, but it is what it is. Yeah, I think I will actually. I can tell you one thing. I'm going to regret not attacking with this. I have a feeling. I have a feeling I'm going to regret not attacking with that.
Someday I'll be just like you.
You bastard. Oh man, I don't like this. I do not like this guy. Hit him. That was not ideal, but I got a Ragnaros on the board. And Hammer is still looking for cards.
We have many secrets.
Second secret, right? I don't like this guy. Secrets do not make friends, sir. Have you never heard the phrase? So, I mean, I'm definitely just gonna hit him and see what happens. Vaporize.
For Lorthamar.
Vaporize. Our crying.
For the wild.
Have one.
Job's done.
See if I care. This is turned around. Boom. Oh, the humanity. So this is turning around in my favor pretty heavily. I mean, double polymorph? You're still dead? I mean,
You require my assistance?
that's special. You might have no, you've not saved yourself. Whatsoever. Savage Roar also gives the hero too, of course. Bam. Bam. Ooh.
Well played.
Oh, I swear I tried to be manner. I tried. Yeah. Alright, so that's the token druid. I mean, it's called token because you're supposed to use the violet teacher to get tokens. But that's actually a very minimal part of the deck. I probably shouldn't even call it the token druid, but that's kind of where it came from. So maybe it should have a new name. If you have a better idea for a name, please let me know. But right now it's the token. It's Rob D7's Token Druid. So thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Would love for you to subscribe because I plan on making some more of these. And again, if you have any ideas for future decks that are unique, interesting, please let me know, and I'd love to try them out. So we're going to have some new games coming up as well, and more Hearthstone. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.